exactly is a dog bite case in Indiana? A dog bite case in Indiana is actually one of three things. Well, the obvious is a dog bite. A dog literally bites another person. That's a dog bite case. But the second type of dog bite case is not a bite at all. But this is a case where a dog jumps or otherwise knocks into a person, resulting in that person falling over and injuring themselves. And then the third type of dog bite case is, again, no biting involved, usually not biting involved, but we have people coming over to a house. What we see a lot of is delivery drivers, Uber, Amazon, FedEx, UPS, anything you could imagine. And then a dog somehow breaking out of a home, jumping over a fence, in one case, actually opening the door with their paw and chasing the delivery driver. The delivery driver, not knowing if this dog is friend or foe, is running, falls over, and hurts themselves. So there's actually three different types of dog bite cases: bites, knocking over, and being chased. And only one of those is actually biting involved. It's funny because the ones being chased in all the cases that we've handled, the dog caught them when the person fell over. Dog didn't bite them. Dog literally sniffed them and it was over. But the delivery driver had no idea the dog wasn't going to bite them if they caught them. So let's talk about those. In regards to dog bites, the law is pretty clear. If a dog has shown aggressive tendencies or is of a breed the owner knows or should have known that is a bit aggressive, think pit bulls. I know that's not fair because there are so many pit bulls that are so gentle and good natured, but that's the law in Indiana. If it's a breed that the owner knows or should know can be aggressive, well, then the owner of that dog needs to use reasonable care to ensure that dog does not bite another person. And so typically we have cases where someone is visiting the home of a dog owner or stopping by or something like that, and the dog owner doesn't do anything or does very minimal type things to keep the dog from biting that person. Oh, come on in. And then the person enters the home and the dog bites that person. Or the person's there for a little bit and the person leans down to pet the dog and the person gets bit by that dog. And so those are the situations we're seeing with those type cases. We also are seeing children going to dogs and petting them and getting bit, getting snapped at. Obviously, those cases are very sad. The second type of case we're seeing is a person owns a 150-pound Mastiff. A person owns a 75-pound German Shepherd. In some cases, a 30-pound Beagle. So for whatever reason, the owner doesn't take reasonable care in securing that dog, either by removing him from the location, putting him outside, somehow containing that dog, and the dog jumps on a person, the person falls over and hurts themselves. And I have had what I would call some husky dogs in my life, and we had one dog who liked to just slam his butt onto people's feet. And it got to a point where people came over, hey man, keep your shoes on, because this dog is going to put his butt on you. He slammed it pretty hard. And we ended up having to take the dog outside when guests came over because it was kind of abrupt. But dogs sometimes don't know their own energy, don't know their own capacity for mischief, and knocking people over. And it's not just big dogs. We've had small children get knocked over by smaller dogs, causing scratches, causing injuries. We've had small dogs, 30, 40-pound dogs, those aren't that small, running very fast. We call it the zoomies, and essentially knock someone's legs out from underneath them, resulting in an injury. Person falls pretty hard. It's not fun, especially as we get older. So in those cases, even though the dog didn't bite, if the dog knocked the person over, the owner would be liable if the owner knew or should have known their dog had a tendency to get excited and jump. And so the next category is, now this is, I call it the delivery driver, but it could be anybody. But we're seeing a lot of delivery drivers come to a home and essentially get spooked by a dog. Dog somehow gets free, gets out over a fence, opens a door, and they're chasing the delivery drivers. Delivery drivers are falling over trying to escape because, again, they don't know if the dog is friend or foe. In all the cases we've handled, we've been very lucky. When the dog catches the downed delivery driver, dog just sniffs them and walks away. But again, the delivery driver had no idea that dog was not aggressive, and they are acting 100% expected and trying to flee from what they perceive to be an aggressive dog. In all the cases I've described, the owner is liable for those injuries because the owner did not execute reasonable care to make sure their dog not injure another person. Many people watching this video be like, well, Mark, what's the dog owner have done? Very simple. If the dog has shown aggressive tendencies or the dog is of a breed that has shown aggressive tendencies, until the person that's coming over and the dog are known to have a positive interaction, non-aggressive, put that dog away. I'm not saying kick him out of the house, but put him in the backyard, put him in the garage, put him in the bedroom, put him in the office. My dog hangs out in the office all the time when strangers are over because he has a comfy bed in the office. Sometimes I think he likes that office more than he likes me, and it hurts. I love that dog. But secure the dog. Even if you don't know if your dog is aggressive, if you're having somebody over, maybe put the dog up so they can't bite them, even on mistake. If your dog likes to jump, hey, you know what? That's awesome. I love my dogs, and my dogs jump around. But when guests come over or small people come over, hey, you know what, dog? Time to go to the office. Time to go outside. People don't want to get jumped on. And if you're ordering food, if you're having wine delivered, if you're having medication, if you're having groceries delivered, make sure that it's safe for that delivery person. If your dog can open the screen door, kid you not. It's crazy, right? Dogs do it. Shut the main door. You know your dog is excited when he hears the knock on the door or the doorbell, or if he just hears somebody at the front door, then secure your dog to make sure that the person is not going to get injured that's delivering your food. I'm very passionate about the delivery angle because those people are literally doing their job and they're getting hurt, and it's not fun for them. There's not an exact definition of reasonable care because reasonable care by design is fluid, meaning it changes based on the facts and the situation. But you can never go wrong with animals by securing them in a location that's comfortable and safe for the animal when people are coming over. That would solve probably 99% of the dog bite cases we see at this law firm. Being bit by a dog is traumatic, and we're not trying to go after dogs, but we have no problem going after bad dog owners. We love animals. We also love justice. We also love receiving full compensation for victims of dog bites and dog injuries. Many people who've experienced dog bites experience considerable frustration at their situation. Allow the Mark Lopez Law Firm to turn that frustration into compensation. Give us a call today, 317-632-3642.